Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let us talk about House of the Dragon, episode 4, 5, episode 5. First and foremost, first of all, it's 90 degrees, so that's why I look like I'm melting, okay? Let's first talk about Rhaenys dying, how it affects her husband. He's sad, he's down, he's, even his granddaughter is like, dude, what do you stand for? Like, he goes back to his house, it's empty, there's no one in there. He doesn't even have a wife now. But I just want to talk about how men will literally take their relationships for granted with women until that woman is gone. Because this guy was out here traveling here, going there, going here, going there, da-da-da-da-da-da. All this stuff he's doing, not even in the interest of Rhaenyra. He's just doing side quests or whatever he's doing. I don't really know what he's doing. Meanwhile, his wife is trying to like help Rhaenyra. She's giving her counsel. She's telling her this and that. And this motherfucker is like out somewhere, out at sea somewhere. So he finally gets the news of Rhaenys dying and he's like, holy shit, like that was my life right there. And then it takes losing her to realize like, holy shit, that was my rock. He had to lose her to find out that was his rock. Now he has nothing going for him. So obviously I do think he's going to take being Rhaenyra's hand. I think he's going to do that. Another episode, Cole is still alive. Unfortunately, I am so sick and tired of Sir Christian Cole. I am so sick of him. But let me say this. It's complicated. I loved and also hated the fact that when they were deciding who was going to be the regent while Aegon is fighting for his life, literally in a coma, while they were deciding who was going to be that, I loved and hated how Cole, was not on Alicent's side, right? Cole is in this very, masculine, manly, kind of, toxically masculine and also, triggered and traumatized energy. That's what he's in right now because it was him sleeping with Alicent that could have make all the difference whether Jaehaerys lived or died, the little baby, Aegon's child. Him sleeping with Alicent or choosing not to sleep with Alicent that night could have made all the difference whether or not that child lived. Because think about it, you have two random people who can't do shit with a sword. They're not skilled, they're not trained. They break into a castle and they stab the baby to death with a knife, right? A small, tiny little pick knife, right? Any knight in the castle who would have encountered those two, they would have been dead in seconds. But no, Sir Eric with an A, I believe, he was wherever he was, and Christian was plowing Alicent. So I did kind of enjoy how he was like, the regent should be Aemond. He's next in line, duh. And then Alicent is like at the end of the day, vagina is not enough. At the end of the day, sex is not enough. This is politics now. This is a war now. As Cole said when Alicent confronted him after, she's like, what the heck, bro? Are you only loyal to me at night when it's time to get a little freaky or what? And he's like, you got to think about this in terms of a war. I saw people on fire. This is the war of the dragons now. You're not a Targaryen. You're a Hightower, right? You cannot ride a dragon. So we have to give this war to the dragons. Dragon rider. Aegon. Makes sense. Aemond. Whatever. I hate Aemond as much as any Team Blacker should, but part of me is kind of rooting for him. I don't know. It's they gave him kind of an underdogish sort of backstory. So it's the king was picking on him and whatnot, his brother. So of course, when given the chance, he blows him to bits. And Helaena was like, was it worth it? Just to be regent? Was it worth it? And I don't know if I saw a spoiler or if this is just how smart I am, but I do think Helaena might end up having to marry Aemond or something. I don't know. Sisters and brothers are really... Okay, that's weird. I think I did see a spoiler, honestly. But I was particularly a fan of Aemon. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm rooting for him. I'm Team Black, but I'm rooting for Aemon. I don't like how Alicent, when Jaehaerys was killed, she had nothing to say to Aegon. When Aegon was spiraling, she had nothing to say to Aegon. Now that he's probably going to die, she's sitting at his side. Oh, is my son gonna die? Oh, is he fine? Is he okay? And the Maesters are like, bitch, we don't know. Like, he just arrived. Like, back up. And Alicent is the first to, like, notice, okay, yeah, like, Aemon probably had something to do with him being dead, because she saw Aegon's sword in Aemon's belt. So she knows. She thinks her son is a monster, and it's so hilarious that instead of talking to her fucking children, she just ignores them, and they're just, like, literally cast aside. Like, they're monsters. I don't understand them. I can't do anything with them. I can't. Girl, maybe if you had not waited until your children were adults to try and talk to them, and she still doesn't even try and talk to them. Maybe if you were a better mom, they wouldn't be monsters. Period. And I just think it's like such an on-brand thing for Alicent's voice to just not be heard, which is tragic, right? But this is why she hates Rhaenyra, because Rhaenyra's father loved her dearly. He would do anything for her. He would do everything for her. What I can't forget from season 1 is that long mile that King Viserys walked to give Rhaenyra whatever it was. Right? Rhaenyra, Alicent, and one of the sons or something were fighting over this one piece of land or something. And Rhaenyra's like, Dad, get up. He had one eye. He was deteriorating. He was disgusting. He was like your final breath breathing and all that shit. And she's like, if you don't come and declare that it's mine, they're going to take it. And Viserys was like, he's on his last breath. That motherfucker got up, limping and like a light Yagami at the end of Death Note. Like, he made that long ass trip to the throne, sat on it, and he's like, why is there even a debate? It's already been decided that it's Rhaenyra's. Like, I shouldn't even have to be here right now. It's Rhaenyra's. Thank you. Oh, and that was when Daemon put the crown on his head when it fell off. Good times. Anyway, that just goes to show, like, the difference. Otto did everything to, like, secure his own blood, right? But his self, especially, close to the throne, getting good things, being, taken care of by the throne, just in the court. Otto specifically manipulated events, King's wife died. Alicent, get in there and comfort him. Your mom died. Tell him about that. Relate to him. Right? So 15-year-old Alicent's in there like, when my mom died, da 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 da. And Viserys is like, wow, I'm very vulnerable right now. And you're relating to me. Jeez, that's so much better than, going with 10-year-old Laena or whatever, however old Laena was back then. So, of course, he chose Alicent. And that was all by design. Like, at the end of the day, Otto is very intellectual, so he got that stuff down locked. But the fact that Otto is removed from court, I do feel like is part of the reason why shit is escalating so much. Let's talk about the dragon. Them parading the dragon through the town, not good. No. How are you going to set the precedent that I'm the big bad Targaryen chosen by God? Only I can control these mystical beasts. These are like everlasting mystical beasts. And us alone were bestowed this power to ride them, become one with them, etc., right? Now you're showing it dead. Now you're showing that they can be killed. They're not immortal. Blah, blah, blah. You're ruining the fantasy for the townspeople. If a dragon can die, then I can kill one. If a dragon can die, then XYZ. So they kind of broke the illusion of supremacy, of divinity. They broke the illusion by parading around a dead dragon. Absolute idiocy. And that just goes to show, because like in Game of Thrones, we're just kind of given the cliff notes. Oh yeah, the Targaryen dynasty like destroyed itself and fell apart. I feel like that could probably be traced back to this one event. Letting the people know that this magical, mystical, powerful, guys, I'm sweating so much. This magical, mystical being is not immortal, can be killed. That is, in my opinion, that's the catalyst to their undoing. That's the catalyst right there. Once the people know, you guys aren't immortal, you guys, yeah, you have dragons, but they can die. It's over. That's my opinion. It's over. Let's talk about Daemon. I am trying to understand what is going on with him. Is he being witchcrafted on? Is he like losing his mind? Is he being poisoned? What is going on? What is going on? Daemon is a monster, right? Like Daemon and Aemon are very similar in my opinion. That's why it's like, I'm Team Black, but I'm not Team Daemon. Daemon is crazy. Daemon, I still haven't gotten over or forgotten about what he did in season 1 when he was appointed Knight of the whatever. And he went into town and slayed a bunch of people, cut off their arms, broke in, and just terrorized the townspeople for no reason. I still haven't forgotten that, okay? So I've never been Team Daemon, but I am Team Black. I would like to see Rhaenyra on the fucking throne. I wonder if, like, Alicent sits back sometimes and thinks, like, this all happened because I misheard the king. Well, misinterpreted what he was saying. I wonder if she ever sits back and it's just like, I'm a dumbass. Like, I'm so dumb. But in her defense, she never heard about the Song of Ice and Fire. So this motherfucker's babbling in his sleep. The only Aegon she knows is her fucking son. So of course she's like, you want Aegon on the throne? I hear you, my king, right? Like, makes sense, but it's still like, damn, in hindsight, she's probably like, fuck. I think this is my final thought. I like how Rhaenyra likes to have like a woman on her side. She likes to have like a female like confidant. You know, back when she was a kid, that confidant was Alicent. Now that she's an adult, it was Rhaenys, right? And now it's this malaria girl, whatever her name is. Her accent, I don't know. It sounds heavy. Like physically heavy. But anyway, Rhaenyra likes to be like surrounded by like, not surrounded, but she likes to have women. Rhaenyra's just that girl. Rhaenyra is that girl. I've never met a woman who does not like to be around women, bouncing ideas off women. Even Daenerys, right? With Melisandre. Daenerys knew the benefit, the necessity of having a close female confidant. Even Daenerys, right? And so you have Alicent, whose only life purpose was to please her father. There is no female anywhere near Alicent. And not only that, but she could use her daughter for this purpose, like a female close confidant. But no, she does not have any type of relationship with any of her kids at all. And she wonders why what she says to them is either detrimental or has no effect at all. She made Aegon suicidal. Let's talk about it. Alicent made Aegon suicidal, period. She's like, hey, your like townspeople, your soldiers are fighting. You have no idea what was sacrificed to put your butt on this throne. My relationship with Rhaenyra, the safety in the realm, 80 years of peace, blah, 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 blah. Side note, I loved when Rhaenyra checked that guy. She was like, are you 80 years old? No, we all have been in this peaceful ass. No, you have no idea. You have not lived through battle yourself. So stop. You know just as much as I do. But yeah, Alicent's words are so like, to her children especially, in one ear, out through the other, because she did not establish a relationship with them, right? There is no relationship. They're not listening to her. They're not obeying her because who is she at the end of the day, right? She's mom. She's mom, which is why she can, be at my court, whatever. But who gives a fuck what she thinks? And it's not for Alicent. It's not just because she's a woman. It's really not. It's because who are you? Because Rhaenyra is a woman. And her kids listen to her. Except Jace. Jace realizes that Rhaenyra's inability to let him do anything stems from the fact that she's basically kind of projecting onto him the fact that first and foremost, she wants to keep him safe, obviously. She lost a son. It hurts. Doesn't want it to happen again, right? Doesn't want it to happen again. With Jace, it's that, and it's also, I'm stuck here, you're stuck here. And then when he comes back from doing whatever with the Freys, I hate the last name Frey. After Game of Thrones, I hate the last name Frey. Like, I can't stomach it. I can't. But anyway, when he comes back from the Freys, she's like, so how'd it go? I heard about your little trip, how'd it go? And he's like, da-da-da-da, they want the Riverland, whatever the fuck Harrenhal. They want Harrenhal, blah, blah, blah. She's like, cool, awesome, great. And he's like, are you sure? You seem kind of mad. And she's like, yeah, I'm like, everyone is doing their part, but I can't do mine because I'm the queen. I can't die, blah, 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 blah. And then I like how that was kind of, like, maybe even foreshadowed her own fate. How King Aegon was killed. Like, this is what happens when you step into the battle. So I think that's a no-no. She should never step into the battle because this is an omen. At this point, literally, like what the townspeople were saying with the parading around the dragon, this is an omen. Those townspeople are trying to get out of there. The Red Keep, they're trying to abandon it because they already know if this dragon just died, there's going to be more dragons coming to avenge this dragon. Anyways, I think that's all I have for this video. I'm going to be in my, like, normal spot, hopefully tomorrow. Next week. I just got a lot of cleaning to do. Okay. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you guys next week. And Team Black or you're whack.